This is an overview of the calling features in our ClearStar with Cisco Webex application. So in the app, over here on the left, this is the contacts section. So we're going to go to contacts, and you can see here, these are the contacts that I have added. If you'd like to add a new contact, you can press the plus button right here, and you can go to add contact. I'm going to add these contacts to my top contacts section, and I'm going to search for Dave, who's right here, and I'm going to search for Cesar, who's right here. You always want to take the one that has the most information in case you have some other contacts that it's searching. So grab the one with the profile picture or the status. Okay, these two contacts are ready to add, so I'm going to hit add, and they've now been added to my contact section over here. So add a contact that is not in your company directory by hitting the plus button, going to add contact, and then clicking create custom contact. And here you can create a totally new user. And you can pick which group they're in. We'll put them in top. You can add a photo right here if you want and hit save. And here we have that new user, test user, and we can go ahead and call them. This also saves so that this user will be accessible on your other applications, such as on your mobile phone. Some contacts, we can go ahead and make a call. If I was to call someone in my company, hover over and click the call button, it asks if I want to call their phone number or make a WebEx Teams call. If I click the phone number, it will call their Polycom and all of their WebEx Teams applications. If I click here, it will not call the Polycom and only call the WebEx Teams app. For example, we're going to call my cell phone, but because they're not on WebEx Teams, it's simply a phone number. I'm just going to click and it won't ask me what I want to call. So right now it's ringing on my cell phone, and go ahead and answer that. Let me put this on mute. So when you're on a call, you've got mute, you've got video, but because I'm calling a cell, there's no video option. Had I called someone else with a Polycom video phone or a WebEx phone, I could use this to see video. Right here, if I WebEx called them, I could share my screen. Obviously can't do that to a cell phone. And right here, it'll give me options such as putting them on hold, transferring the call, doing a three-way conference, or changing between my different audio devices on my laptop. If I was to do a transfer, I click here, and it asks me who I want to transfer to. So if I was going to transfer to Tracy, I can search for her. She's in my contacts here. If I was to click this, it would put the current caller on hold, ring Tracy, and as soon as she answers, I would have an option to merge the call. Conferencing works pretty much the same way. You go to add person, you search for Tracy again, Tracy, and if I was to click her, Tracy would ring. Once she answers, I would have an option to merge our conference call. Let's go ahead and hang this up. Okay, now let's take a look at this phone icon here. This will show us all of our missed calls and received calls. If we just want to view missed, we can click here. This icon here will pull a call. So if we're on a call on, say, our Polycom and we want to pull it over to the laptop or to our mobile, if we're using the mobile app, we would press this and it will move the call. This brings up the dial pad and we can click to make a call. This application is a soft phone, which means the application is making calls using a headset and treating your computer like the phone. But we can use this application to control our Polycom. So if we go up here, we can click connect to a device. I don't have my Polycom hooked up now, but if it was, we would see our Polycom here and we would hit connect. And then this drop down would let us call from our computer or from our Polycom. We can call by dialing extensions, so you can dial the 4-digit extension, or you can simply search for someone to call and click to call them right here. This is the voicemail tab. Voicemails will come in here. Unread ones will show up here. And you can simply click to play or delete your voicemails. Other settings can be found right here in the call settings. We can turn on call forwarding, or we can open the call preferences window and add call forwarding numbers here. Single number reach is a different version of call forwarding. It will ring, say, your home phone, and after a certain number of rings will come back to your business voicemail. Call queues are for if you are in a call center. You would click this, expand the call centers that you're in, and you can change your call center status from right here. Call pickup allows you to pick up a call that has been parked either to your extension or another extension. Other settings can be found here. If you click right here, you can add a photo if you haven't. We recommend doing that. You can change your availability. This is do not disturb for this application. So if you want to be in do not disturb for 4 hours, this puts a moon and now calls will go right to voicemail. And others who have you in their list will see that you're in do not disturb. There's also an out of office setting. So right here we can see that they're out of office, little airplane. To change that setting, what you can do is we'll go to our availability and clear it. So we're not in do not disturb anymore. We can change our status. So status just lets others know what you're doing. It does not stop you from getting calls, but it allows people to know if you're traveling or out. Then finally, we can go to preferences, which is similar to the call settings area. And we can do things like change which devices we'll be using for audio. So different speakers or microphones you have set up. Change our video quality. And notifications, if we go to calling, we can change our ringtone right here. That about does it for the calling features in ClearStar with Cisco Webex.